I'm Josh. This is the cutback king, Tanner Sack, and welcome to Fin Spex. I rode the John Johns and the Mayhems, and it's such a trip because you put the fins next to each other and the differences are almost indiscernible. Like they almost look exactly the same, but there's like small differences in the actual outline of the fin, the template, but the constructions are different. We'll go over what that little difference is. As far as the fins I normally ride, as I say every time, I ride the AM2 Tech Flex pretty much every day. I mess around a little bit with the Wade Goodall all fiberglass fins from Captain Fin.
Why do you like riding the AM2 Tech Flex versus something that might be more traditional in the neutral category?
Just because the type of surfing I like to do is mainly less like up in the pocket, big carve on the face, and those kind of fins suit that kind of surfing. So that's why I normally ride those. I rode the Channel Islands Flyer again, just because I thought it suited the waves I was going to be surfing today. So first I tried the John Johns. So Tech Flex, if you don't know, it's got carbon on the top and the bottom. Stiffness up in the top and through the base, but keeps it kind of flexy through the middle. Flat foil. The trailing fin is they're all three fins are the same size.
A little bit of a backstory on this fin. When they first created this fin only was available in a medium. It's based off of the original F6. I think that's called now the Futures Neutral.
It's the neutral.
So if you take the neutral large, this fin will be a lot similar to that. It's gonna have a bit more base and a little bit thinner tip, making it just a little bit more upright than the F8 or the Futures Neutral Large.
Yeah. And here is the John John footage.
Play the video.
Play the video. I kind of struggled on these for a half second at first. I was falling on everything, but that's just me waking up in the morning.
Yeah, do you feel like it was just the surf in the morning was like a little bit slow?
It was slow, and like I'd been busy with work and haven't surfed good waves in a couple days. So it kind of took me a sec to get used to it, but like once they kind of click, they definitely click pretty well. Yeah, they felt good on the backhand. Like they felt like, I kind of like how a little more upright fins, like neutral fins feel backside. Because backside, I'm not doing quite as much open face stuff, it's more in the pocket. So they definitely felt good doing that. Fast on the line for sure.
You goofy foot's always trying to go left.
I know, going left at a right hand point break.
That was a really good turn.
That one felt good. I'm glad that one actually looked as good as it felt. And they held really well. Like I was able to push on them pretty hard and they didn't like slide out at all.
Yeah, it looks like those fins are really holding through all your turns. They're not releasing and you're not losing any speed down the line.
Definitely not. Oh, hey, that was yours. That was sick.
I was not riding any of these fins.
Yeah.
And I was riding a board that has a lot of fins.
Yeah, he was riding a 4-fin. It was really sick. And then I bogged a turn right after. But yeah, that section was gnarly. Where you hit it was like pretty nuts. There's yours.
Yep, lots of fins.
Bobby quad.
Funny tail, round nose.
So fun.
Yeah, such a fun board for a day like this.
I would love to test different quad fins in it.
Yeah, there you are burning me.
I thought you were going right. My bad.
Yeah, you can tell that those fins give you a lot of projection down the line though. Every turn that you're doing, you can see is like pushing you farther and faster down the line. You're holding a lot of speed. Yeah. That board looks good under your feet.
It was, thanks. Yeah, this board is super good. That's why I think it's a good board to test fins in, because like I know this board works. That's not going to be a problem. But yeah, even like on a little tiny wave, like they were carrying speed super well. It didn't feel like if I did a cutback, they were going to like slow down a ton or anything. There's a guy who just broke out of prison.
With some wetsuit. Oh, that was a really good turn. You can see that it's just holding through that whole arc that you did.
Yeah, that was one. I wish I could have been at lowers, but we got all the WSL people here right now, so it's closed for practice.
Yeah, and sometimes when you don't commit your shoulders like that, that's like when you'll feel Fin slide on you, and it looked like those just held all the way through.
Yeah, they held super well. Trying to do a jump. I don't do backside jumps. That's not an option. Is this the one? Which one is this? Oh, this is my double check turn.
Still carrying a lot of speed though.
Yeah, they definitely felt fast. Like that was
funny.
Trying to do a foam climb and fall.
Oh my God, you went left a lot.
I did go left a lot. There was a lot of lefts to be had.
Oh, hey, you almost pulled that one. Did you feel like these still released when you were trying to do an air?
Kind of, yeah. Being used to the AM2s though, with that smaller trailer, like they didn't feel like they released quite as much as that, which felt good, like pushing hard through a turn.
You're going fast here. Flat sections too. Oh.
Yeah. I think I went like 0 for 10 on trying to do an air this morning, but oh well. All right, so that's the John John footage. This felt really good. It was like a little adjustment period there in the beginning, getting kind of used to them and feeling how they went down the line and how they'd feel in turns. But as soon as I kind of got a feel for them, I felt right at home.
Your surfing looked pretty good this morning with that set of fins. I could tell through your turns, they seemed like maybe a little bit tighter in the pocket.
Yeah.
And like with the John John, you were projecting down the line pretty well. It'll be interesting to watch the footage and see how it differs with the Mayhems, because I felt like your session might have changed in the line that you were drawing.
Yeah.
Definitely changed a lot when you put the Mayhem in your board.
For sure. My session definitely changed after this, and it wasn't just a fault of necessarily the fins. That was part of it, but the crowd got interesting as well.
We happened to be surfing a spot that everybody faulted to when they kicked everybody out of the water for the WSL Final 5 practice session. Everybody from lowers ended up migrating over to where we were, and we began to become overrun.
Irritated.
Yeah.
Very irritating. The Mayhem construction, which was the legacy construction, or what it used to be called, with the carbon on the bottom here and kind of in the center of the fin right here, so you get more flex up in the top.
They used to call that the Generation series, was all the honeycomb, just the carbon on the base.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it now, but yeah, back in the day that used to be called the Gen series. But the difference now is all the Gen series then had foil on the inside also.
All right, let's see the Mayhem footage.
Play the video.
Going left again. I don't remember what I did on the Mayhems.
See, like even that turn right there.
Yeah.
When you went to jam it, usually the John Johns were projecting you more.
Yeah, those just like windshield wipered. Totally.
Whoa.
That I hit the bottom hard on that one because it's real shallow right there. Yeah, they're really flat. Like they're not. You can see they're not rolling over.
I was telling you that in the water, that it seemed like your board was not rolling over on the rail as much. It was doing a good turn, kind of more of a jam, in not rolling on, driving off the rail.
Yeah. It wanted it.
That was a good turn. Did you feel like these had more release?
Yeah, they kind of did. Like, and that's what I felt like they wanted to do. They wanted to.
Hell yeah.
This is where the frustration began. They felt like, because when your board's flat, you're not getting the hold from the rail, so it wants to slide, and that's what I feel like would where these fins would feel good.
Like that, you tried to put it on the rail, and you could see it rolled back onto the flat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that was like.
Which isn't always the worst, you know, but for the type of surf that we had, it was definitely more down the line orientated.
Yeah.
You know, if you're surfing more of a tight pockety beach break like you and I surf a lot, something like that might be better. But here's just the fun factor.
This is what we were dealing with.
We got helmets, we got boards with no noses.
We got board shapes that don't work.
Yeah, burning, yelling, diving, dodging, dipping,
people getting run over, running over people,
bogging. We just love it, dude.
Yeah, it was rough out there. So the Mayhems didn't get that big a test, but honestly, they didn't really need one. in my opinion, I knew pretty much immediately they didn't feel as good to me for the day we were surfing. Felt a lot better.
And I feel like your surfing tends to be a bit more drawn out, and even when you are surfing in the tight pockety waves, you're surfing it more on the rail. And this one, that fin seemed to not want to tip over and hold on the rail as well.
No.
It wanted to release and slide.
Yeah. And then as far as rocker, I feel like because they're a neutral template, you could kind of stick them in anything and they are going to work for you. I don't feel like, none of these fins scream like high or low rocker boards to me. Like you could kind of throw them in whatever. So they're definitely versatile. Mayhems are probably better for surfing more kind of pocket oriented beach break type waves. We're trying to just blow the fins out all the time. Those are the perfect fin. We're doing airs and stuff. I'd give these a try. I'd say the John Johns are better for surfing kind of more open face, down the line waves, cutbacks, laying into a good turn, jamming the lip.
Down the line.
Drive, speed, projection, speed, power, flow, John Johns.
Getting the scores.
QS, John Johns.
Which kind of makes sense, you know, like we have a shaper that's from Southern California. You and I both know that we get fun waves here, but it rarely gets
firing.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
And then we have a guy who is from the North Shore of Oahu, who's surfing amazing waves all the time, all over the world.
Yeah.
So he's looking for a fin that's going to give him the most drive, the most speed, and the most consistency on a fast open face or bowling wave.
As far as how they felt compared to the Pizels and the Timmies, the Pizels and John Johns are pretty close. They both felt really, really, really good. Probably the John Johns were looser than the Pizels. And then I think the Mayhems and the Timmies were pretty close. The Mayhems were probably a little bit stiffer than the Timmies. Not much, but a little bit stiffer.
So you would go Hayden, the P8, the Timmy, the Mayhem, and the John John, the Pizel.
Yes.
You heard it here first.
Loosest to stiffest.
You had a similar feel on the Timmies and the Mayhem, because if you actually hold both those fins up, I don't know how they are now, but back in the day, those fins used to be very, very, very similar.
Yeah, I wonder.
Almost identical. And it is interesting that you said that the Timmy was a little bit looser than this one because this one has all the carbon on the base.
Yeah. And
that one is going to be the honeycomb, giving it a little bit more flex and probably not holding quite as well and driving.
Definitely not,
It's trippy. Construction's another.
Yeah, it's another element for sure. Like,
don't even get us started on construction.
Thanks for watching another episode of Fin Spex. Big thanks to the Cutback King Tanner Sack for coming surfing this morning.
Cutback King coming to a beach near you.
Live and direct. It's a sick turn. It's a sick turn.
The only clip I have is not doing a cutback.
That's the irony. We'll come into the shop, try our $5 fin demo. You can try 5 different sets of fins over 5 weeks. And then at the end, you can use that $5 toward buying a set of fins. Or if you can't come into the shop, you can try our 30-day buy, try, and decide program. You can buy a set of fins, get them shipped to you. If you don't like them, send them back for a refund. Or if you like them, hold on to them. Come into our shop, browse over 700 surfboards we have up for sale.
We got fins, we got leashes, we got traction pads, sunscreen, we got etc.
Yeah.
Fin time.
Comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
You're tied to a run, it's time to go. No reason to take it slow. Gotta get up, hit the road, and say what's up to Poncho.